There is untold suffering in Sri Lanka with the Tamils. I mean, it's unimaginable the amount of problems, that the suffering they are facing today. So international community has to come to aid this ailing Tamilians in Sri Lanka. Of course, there is a large number of casualties on the government LTTE side as well as on the government side. But now both sides should stop hostilities. They should come to talking terms with each other. On one hand, there is humanitarian crisis. On the other hand, there is environmental problem, pollution that's happening. You know, the amount of arms and ammunition being used in this conflict is so big that those land and the water may need ages to get back to its pure nature. Sri Lanka, such a beautiful country, is getting totally destroyed now. And we need to get our acts right. I would say India is partially responsible for what's happening in Sri Lanka. All around India we have problems. We are in a circle of fire, like what our own ministers admit. And this fire has been created partially by our lack of action or wrong actions. India will have to take a strong role, strong step to lead the subcontinent and not be a pussycat following and feeling helpless and useless with the forces all around us.
But India has been supporting the Sri Lankan government.
Indian government had to have a very clear foreign policies, which I don't see it's happening right now. And we are not good in negotiations, we are not good in bringing people, we are not good in resolving conflicts. We need to identify these skills. We have all the skills in the country. We need to make best use of them.
What is Art of Living doing on that behalf?
Art of Living is willing to do anything possible and anything and everything possible to resolve the conflict. We are not only just giving relief work. Art of Living is very much involved in bringing people together and resolving conflict. Whether it's Ulfa or whether it's Gujar issue or Kashmir or Sri Lanka. In Sri Lanka, for all these bigger issues, we need the support of the government. We need the National Security Advisor talking to us. And we have a National Security Advisor who refuses to talk to anybody. What can you do with such a attitude from the government? So no NGOs can play any constructive role even if they want to do it. So people who are willing to work and bring people together and resolve conflict, they simply feel helpless. So we need to change our attitude. We should develop track 2 diplomacy, and we have to involve many NGOs, religious bodies. We are very still, though our country is so religious, we keep religion at arm's length and use it only when we need it. When the election comes, we use religion because that's so emotional and sentimental to people. At that time, you use religion. Suddenly people start going to temples. We've never gone to temple last 20 years. Start going to temples and mosques. Our people should wake up today. They are intelligent and they should wake up and see these nefarious designs of some of the politicians. I wouldn't say everybody. Criminal elements getting into the politics is not good for the country at all. With money and muzzle power, elections should not be won. And I appeal to the people of India. If anybody gives you money and asks you for vote, take the money, don't vote for them. Another thing is liquor. Liquor is being used like water during elections. We must put a stop. And once again I tell people, do not get into this trap of you being made unconscious and taking advantage of your. You know, if someone gives you a bottle of liquor and asks you to sign a document giving the rights of your home, or your property, will you do it? You won't. In the same way, be aware when they come to you with a bottle of liquor and ask for a vote. Vote first and don't touch the liquor.
Now the political parties are taking up the issues like terrorism and corruption. What do you have to say on this?
Terrorism is an issue. Say America had one 9/11 and that's it. After that there was no terror attack at all in America. In India in the last 1 year there has been 10 terror attacks. What we have been doing? What our home ministry is doing? What our intelligence is doing? The whole missionaries breakdown is because of politicians, not that our bureaucracy is not capable of handling it. They are capable, but politicians should not interfere in the national security. If they cannot aid and help the national security, it should not be a hindrance to the security forces. And this is exactly what has happened. Last 1 year, 10 terror attack has happened in India, and people are not going to sit back and take it as another event, another happening. They have to now wake up and elect proper people, elect people who are intelligent, who are capable, and not consider caste, religion, or any other issue when electing a person. And I appeal to the people to make a difference, take a different attitude this time around. Don't vote somebody just because they are your caste. They are not going to provide you security. Choose the correct person, a person with clean background, with no criminal background, and who are honest and not corrupt. There are such people, just vote for them. And there is a sense of apathy. People stop voting because of this crisis that they find that every party is corrupt. So they say it's better not to vote for anybody. That sense of apathy is even more dangerous. So I want every single individual voter to exercise their franchise. Don't sit back at home. Take your friends and go and vote.
After the attack in Mumbai, you had said in a public meeting that नेता ऐसा होना चाहिए कि जिसमें समदृष्टि हो, दूरदृष्टि हो और जो पारदर्शी हो.
What is that exactly? What idea do you think the Art of Living is looking forward towards politics?
No, Art of Living will always encourage youths, youngsters who have a broad vision, who have a long-term vision, who treat everyone equally, who has a broader sense of belongingness with everyone, and who are for truth, to come forward. We would encourage them, not because someone belongs to some caste or religion or province. These politicians trying to divide the society in all these small, narrow ideologies. I would expect our youth to come forward and see a progressive country. If India is progressive, it can have its influence in all the neighboring countries. We can replicate that model, that every country becomes a safe and a cooperative area. The whole South Asia can become a very cooperative zone. Like Europe, Europe, many countries joined together became a European Union. In the same way, if all the South Asian countries come together in a sense of cooperation, they can become one of the biggest powers in the world. They can have their voice, they can eliminate poverty from the continent. The poverty is because of corruption. And poverty is because of lack of that sense of belongingness and commitment.
Shishi, you have given a message to the people, but what about the politicians? What message would you like to give to the politicians of India?
You don't give messages to someone who doesn't take it or listen to it. Love will prevail and hatred will disappear from the planet.